night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is, you show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox postgame podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of Halos in the Infield, the podcast, postgame show, whatever you want to call it. You can catch us on YouTube. You could like us on YouTube. You can subscribe and tell a friend, which we'd much appreciate. And also you could listen to our podcasts, which are banging lately and getting good reviews over there on Spotify, Anchor, and whatever, Apple, iTunes, whatever you listen to. So with that being said, 714 tickets. Please buy your tickets from 714 Tickets. It doesn't have to be the Angels. It could be a concert. It could be any kind of sports, playoffs, whatever. You get 10% off by putting HITI, H-I-T-I, in the freaking code to go, and you get an additional 5% off, and you get into a drawing for another free jersey, courtesy from 714 Tickets and Halos in the Infield. But tonight, we've got winning baseball against a team that we really have a problem with, and that is those Houston Astros. The Houston Astros are usually assholes to us, and we usually don't get the win, but tonight was different. The Angels did what they had to do, went in there, and you went toe-to-toe with, again, the world champions. You can't take that away from them until they're beat. So to be the man, you got to beat the man. Obviously, they're the division champions year in, year out almost, but right now Texas is holding their throne for right now. And Texas didn't do us any favors tonight. Well, Seattle didn't do us any favors by losing a 1-0 lead, which they held to, I think, about the 7th or 8th inning. And then Texas took the lead and held on to a 2-1 lead. So we don't gain anything in the standings, but we're still 2 games back. And, getting that win, though, tonight was kind of bittersweet. I really wanted Sandy to get the W. He was career 0-6 with something like nearly a 7 ERA against Houston. So he's had a lot of struggles. And in this game, he didn't help himself out by giving up a home run to a number 9 hitter, giving up his first home run. And he left a few pitches up. During this game, Renfroe was really busy in right field. I haven't seen a right fielder that busy in a long time since Vladimir Guerrero or Juan Rivera back in the day when they were playing. He left a lot of pitches up. They were going the other way a lot, and he had a lot of 2-strike counts. So Sandoval was kind of his own worst enemy tonight. He didn't do those finish-off strikeout pitches, but it happened that way, and look, it worked out because the Angels stranded some runners tonight. Renfroe was doing it again, hitting into a double play. The Astros stranded some runners, but credit the bullpen. Bullpen was where it was at tonight, again, for the Angels. If you look at it tonight, Sandoval went 6 1/3, 4 runs allowed, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks, though. That was key for him to get 6 1/3. He possibly could have went 7, but right at about 100 pitches, Nevin decided to pull him. It wound up being the right move. They went to Moore. Moore went 1 inning and 2/3. Scoreless and a strikeout to lower his ERA to 1. And then Estevez just makes it look easy. Estevez came in there and it was just 1, 2, 3, and that was it, dude. So really, really good opportunity for the Angels here, and they did not pass up on it, getting a save tonight. So that was nice right there. Also, the Angels did a good job here. The game tonight was only 2 hours and 29 minutes long. Attendance was 26,000. But you look at what they did tonight. They left a lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys on base, about 9 guys on base. But Renfroe stranded Trout stranded 4, and you had Renfroe stranding 5 tonight. He actually took a strike right down the middle on 3. So it was like, dude, come on, man. He's been slumping, although he hit a home run tonight. But Drury's big hit, he was 1 for 4 tonight. And his big hit obviously was the game winner. That one went straight to center field, and it bounced off the wall. The center fielder couldn't make a good play on it, and then there you go. But you had some – look, again, if you're averaging between 5 and 6 runs, you're going to win a lot of ball games. And right now, that's what the Angels are doing right now. They're winning a lot of ball games right now by scoring 5 to 6 runs. The Astros, on the other hand, are giving up them runs, and that's the problem with them right now. I mean, hitting-wise, they're still doing okay, but they're missing a couple hitters. They're missing Altuve in the lineup. And, they still have some mashers. But if you look at what they did tonight, Tucker, who usually kills the Angels, went 0 for 4. That was a good sign. Pena, who was last year's, I believe, Rookie of the Year, if I'm not wrong, world champion too, and McCormick. Those three guys in the lineup went 0 for 12. And that's a big, big feather in the cap for the Angels holding on to that win. So, 0 for 12 between those three guys right there. That's not bad. That's not to hold them down. So, it helps that the Angels got the W tonight, but a big win against Houston because, again, Houston usually plays us very, very tough. They're not an easy team to beat. And, credit where credit's due. Again, the bullpen coming through, a team that's, again, the bullpen's been used really differently this season, obviously, with guys' roles changing. It kind of got on my nerves when I saw Estevez pitching a little bit early in this game, or at least getting warmed up in the 7th inning. I'm like, bro, you cannot bring him in there right now. It wasn't his time yet. But, you got to bring him in the 9th inning. I don't know why they were doing that. Maybe that's just to throw off the Astros. But basically, they just went straight in after that towards Moore, and then they went over to Estevez after that. They gave Moore another inning in the 8th inning because I thought they were going to bring him in early. But credit where credit's due. Again, the bullpen held it down, and the Angels got those 2 big clutch runs. I thought Rendon had a really nice night tonight. Another guy that had a nice night was Stassi. Stassi was behind the plate. He was like, bro, I need to get some hits. I need to get on base, bro. And he got on there, and he walked a couple times, and he got some decent hits, including a really good sacrifice. So, I mean, it was nice. Nice game by him, again, and you want the Angels to continue to get that kind of production from the catching spot. News on our boy, what's his name, Wallach. He had a bit of a stiff neck, so that's why he was out of last night's. That's why we're seeing the back-to-back back-to-back starts here by Theis, or back-to-back starts. He started 3 games in a row. Wallach not in there because of neck stiffness. No, Sean checks in with Stassi, but there is no Stassi report right now. Stassi's still under whatever whatever injury he's got, because they've been very, quiet about that. And then also, they've been, you have the injury or the personal problems in his life right now too. So no word on Wallach. So let's get to the star of the game. We've been giving out quite a few of these Stamos awards. Usually we like to keep it to 1 and 1, but I think we're going to give it to, 2 people tonight. And Ward had a nice game. He had the 3 hits. So Ohtani had 2 big hits. You know what? And Estevez out of the pen has been nails. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to. And Rendon had a good night too. Although his numbers don't really bring it out. He had a nice walk, nice RBI. Did have the air, but made a couple defensive plays as well. So I might as well. I'm just going to do this, man. I'm going to give a Stamos award away, and let's see who gets it or who they are. I never make everyone happy on these because sometimes I pick against whoever they really want to be in there as far as like the Stamos Award winner. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to get one Stamos and they could share it. And I'm going to give it to Brandon Drury for the big clutch hit that got the Angels the lead. And then I'm going to give it to Ohtani for just having an all-around solid game. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, clutch hits right there to raise his average up to 300 for the first time this season, I think since the first week anyway. So he had been around the 250s, but he's been rather hot lately. Not exactly driving the ball, but who cares? He's been getting a lot of hits. He almost hit a home run today. It sounded great off the bat, but Drury's hit was very clutch in this one. He just missed one earlier in the game, and Drury's coming around a bit. Still, the average is coming up slowly, but you could have given it to a bunch of guys. Theis had really productive at bats today. He's batting .310. Who would have thought that? I think that's one of the biggest surprises. Ward's getting his average up to 248. But my main concern for the Angels is Mike Trout. Again, if you got Gooby and some of the honks on there saying, man, he can't lay off the high heat. He's having trouble with the high heat. And that's all you saw tonight was, he's patient looking at all the other pitches outside, but when those pitches are up against, up in the zone, he's waving and missing left and right, dude. I mean, it's kind of getting a little concerning now. I'm starting to push the panic button, or at least have my hand on the panic button button right there, because I'm over it, about ready to press it, because I'm not liking what I'm seeing on a nightly basis from Trout right here. He's having too many wasted at bats. Again, there was a bat earlier where he had first and third. I believe it was in the early innings, and he pops out to the catcher on a pitch that was clearly up and in. But it seems like if it's up in the zone anywhere, he's coming through and he's trying to swing and trying to hit it out of the ballpark. And even when the fastball is right there, he's early. Like, you see him foul off to the right side. There was one that was right down the middle where I'm like, man, if he's on, he's putting that one over the freaking trees in center field. But no, he fouls it to the right side. But Drury was clutch tonight. There's no doubt about it. That was a huge hit. He nearly cleared the fences right there with a 2-run bomb. But credit, dude, for getting the RBI too, because you don't want to waste that runner at third. That was a nice pickup right there. Now, since I gave out multiple Stamoses right there, I gave out, well, I won't have them share it. I'll give them one each. But I have to give out multiple, and I kind of previewed it earlier, I have to give out multiple Nacho Nights, because this really hurt the Astros tonight in a game where it was tied at 4, but the Astros kind of killed themselves with this one.
All the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
The Nacho Night Award is going to go to the Houston Astros. Ryan Tucker 0 for 4 tonight with he left one man on base. Pena went 0 for 4. He did absolutely nothing. And McCormick went 0 for 4. You could even throw in Diaz right there. He went 0 for 3. So let's just pass out a huge helping of nachos to those 4 players. They earned it tonight. They went a combined 0 for 15. So when you have 4 players in your lineup go 0 for 15 with it, when you had Dubon, Bregman, and Alvarez come through, even Hensley at the bottom of the order, drive in some runs and get on base, and those guys did absolutely nothing. 0 for 15. That'll kill you every time. And that just shows you how close, Justin Tucker, my bad. It just shows you how close this game was. Any one of those guys get a hit or two, and we could be talking a completely different game right now. So good thing they were out tonight, but you have to say 0 for 15, I don't think you're going to get that tomorrow night. So hopefully, unless Ohtani's really pitching his ass off tomorrow, maybe he can double him up again. But again, this was a very positive win. It's sort of like what Rogers said here on his show not too long ago. If I could pull it up here, I got a new soundbite for you, because you might want to hear this one.
Anymore, I just can't, and they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up with Sosha's gotta go. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and this.
The only thing that I was going to say that I agree with Roger is we got a lot of baseball to be played. But that was him freaking out a few years ago when they still had Sosha, obviously, freaking out about all the negative calls, because he doesn't take negative calls. On here, we take negative and the positive, and tonight's positive. So there you go. And then Josh says, once again, no live stream notification. I was wondering why the numbers were down there for a while, but hey, YouTube plays baseball, or they don't promote their live streams all that great. So that kind of sucks. But hey, the Angels did a good job tonight getting the big win. We were
winning.
Yes, we were winning. We were by winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
Exactly. We win here, we win there. It's all good. We're 2 games back. So that's all you can do, man. And I'm telling you, even Theis was in on the action tonight. He was like, hey, Theis, I don't remember putting you in the lineup.
I am today. Sorry I'm late. It's just like this new schedule's totally confusing. It's a way of looking at that way and saying, hey, bud, let's party. Where'd you cut this jacket?
That's so Theis, dude. He's like smokes a big bowl before he gets out there, and he's like, bro, that was totally ball forward, man. I was able to walk the first. I didn't realize it at first because I lost count after the second pitch. But once the umpire pointed, I was like, yeah, rock on, bro. Hell yeah. And he went to first base. So good job by him tonight again. Again, he's not the greatest catcher out there, like as far as calling games and framing and stuff, but his bats come alive, dude. I mean, if you would have told me Matt Theis would be playing almost every day and hitting 310, I would have laughed in your face, man. Just like you guys laughed in my face when I said Suarez was going to be good. But, hey, we're all wrong sometimes, right? But there you go. The Angels get the big win tonight, 6-4. Again, the Stamoses go to Ohtani, and they go to Drury for the big clutch home run. And then also, like I said, the recap, the nachos, the big helping of nachos with the Ebola chicken goes to Tucker, Pena, McCormick, and Diaz in that heart of that lineup for Houston, going 0 for 15 tonight. Ew, that is terrible baseball right there. The comments coming in a little slow. Most of them dominated by Mateo and Grillmaster in the beginning. Always good to beat a cheater right there by Grillmaster. Why would Baker throw in a struggling Montero in the 8th inning? But I'll take it because he's trying to get these guys right, and they've got a lot of pitchers going down right there. Let's see. Let's go Brando. I think Mateo was referring to Brandon. Also, how about Cole Calhoun? He was always busy in right field. Also, by the way, we've hit into 35 double plays this season. Renfroe has 9 of them. The problem with the Angels is they always find the wrong stats to get involved with. Last year, it was leading the league in strikeouts. This year, it's leading the league in double plays. At least they worked on the strikeouts, but not so much the double plays. Big 20 says, guess what, Todd? And I guess he's going to tell me in the phone call. Esteves is our damn closer now. Let's see. Also, I'm not going to read that one. Also, man, come on. Todd Pena was runner-up to Julio Rodriguez on Seattle. Look, I don't pay attention to non-MVPs from the Angels. But I know Rodriguez is good, and I mess up their names, so it is what it is. So sue me. And guess what? Our boy Jose is on the IL. Yep, Jose Suarez is. Also, Grillmaster says Max Stissy's still on the injury list and is on the emergency thing as well. Anna checking in. Yay, the Angels won. I think she's a new fan. Hopefully, the new fan of the post game. Hopefully, she's a listener all the time here. Chad's neck, it's a little stiff. At least Wallach is still such a. Anna, if you're new to the channel, Grillmaster tells jokes that just makes you wanna. Hayes says Rendon and Sandoval. That's who he was picking for right there. Theis for runner-up. Also, I think your quote, Steve Lease is becoming a thing of the past. She comes on and she still hates him. Trust me, she hates him for sure. IE says, glad that the team came back to defeat the Houston assholes. Exactly. Interesting. Fuck it. We've got the W over Houston. So he didn't like my picks. I'm sorry, Hayes. I'm sorry. Maybe Hayes, I'm smoking that good with our boy there, Theis. Grillmaster says, hey, kid, lay off them high ones, Todd, on his soundboard right there. Let's see. Where is that one right there? Right there.
Hey, kid, lay off of those high ones.
I like the high one.
Mule?
Next.
That's Ohtani and Trout. Josh says, once again, no live stream notification. Yeah, I read that one earlier. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. I don't know why YouTube does that. Wasn't a strong win, but I'll take it anytime. Side note, Stros definitely look beatable. And they have been. They have been. Trust me. And Texas looks beatable on a night where they did not impress against good Seattle pitching. Unfortunately, the problem that Seattle had last year in scoring runs is coming back to bite them pretty early in the season. And the one time I want Seattle to win, they lose. Let's see. Also, Fernando says, is Drury clutch? Yes, that was very clutch home run here tonight by Drury, or not home run, double or triple or whatever it was. Swilly says, you're welcome, everyone. So she's taking credit for being there in attendance probably. Warriors season over. Oh, my God. See, I'm not even paying attention to basketball. And if you guys lose to the Lakers, man, I don't want to hear the Lakers back again. I really don't. I can't stand LeBum. Let's see. Also, Justin Tucker. Yeah, I got that one wrong, or Kyle Tucker, whatever. Anna says, how about Drury crushing that pitch in the bottom of the 8th inning? That was great. That was super clutch. That was the huge hit because we needed that one so bad right there, because getting into extra innings is not even a crapshoot for this team. Normal teams, it's a crapshoot where it can go 50-50. You never know what can happen in extra innings. Usually with the Angels, outside of that last extra innings win that they got, is not a crapshoot. It's what usually happens, which is the Angels lose in extra innings because they never take advantage of that runner at second to help them out. So anytime they can avoid going to the what's it called, extra innings without or with, if they're not winning, then yeah, it's good, because every time they go there, it's just problems. And Grillmaster is requesting,
tonight it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Exactly. Lodge sounds like he wants to fight here. Exactly, Todd. Your boy missing my comments. No, I was not missing your comments. It's called catching up with everybody on here first. Let's see. What's up, Alex? Big win. Yes, big win indeed. Moore's ERA drops to 1. Estevez down to 102. The guys 8 for 8 in save opportunities, and 8th and 9th inning guys are for our bullpen have rock solid with Silseth now the rotation, who will step up to be the 7th inning guy. Yeah, the rotation needs a little bit of tweaking now. Silseth is back into he makes his move to the rotation. So Silseth is not there. Jaime's been pretty good out of the pen. Maybe you move him in the 7th inning, then go Moore and then Estevez. That's not what it looked like when we drew it up, but maybe that's the way we go. Jose Suarez says, I've never heard of her. Ebola chicken, you mean salmonella? Randy, I guess I'm trying to kill people tonight. My bad, dude. Let's go Halos Pod says, Estevez looking like the closer we were hoping him to be. Absolutely. I mean, the guy, I'll say this for Estevez, is that he is pinpointing that fastball. And his breaking stuff, after he pinpoints those fastballs and gets ahead of you, good night. And then right when, if you're sitting on one of his breaking pitches, he'll just burn a fastball by you. So it's whoever's calling the pitches, unless he's calling the pitches, whoever's doing it, it's working. We know it's not Socia no more. It's not old school baseball, but man, I'll take it. Matty Matt says good win. Shout out to my boy. Great series, Lakers fans. He's already conceding, even though there's still games left. Let me guess, it's his birthday month, Randy says, referring to our boy, Big 20 right there with the.
I know that, dude.
Lakers fan says Angels win, Lakers win, life is good. Maybe for you. Fabio says, let's see, I can't wait till we have a solid pitching run this month. I feel like if games are close, we can win. Actually, this year we can actually win close games this year, and that's dude. I agree with you 100% right there, Fabio, because I think if the Angels get any kind of run support like this, and like you said, the rotation keeps them down and the bullpen responds, these should be wins. I mean, I miss the days when we had Percival and Rodriguez and we used to lead the league or be damn near close to leading the league in saves. Whether Percival and Rodriguez were pitching back-to-back or it was Rodriguez pitching with Shields in front of him, those guys, if you got it to the 7th and 8th innings, forget it. We had it. We had it on lock. Frankie had 50 saves. Percy had 40 saves. We were leading the league in those close games, and that's what we got to get back to. And I'm not saying Estevez is going to go perfect the rest of the way. He's not going to bust an Eric Gagne on roided up and everything. But I think that, he can get you 40 out of 46, and I'll be fine with that. You take, no one's perfect. They're going to blow a save at some point, but you keep putting the fear of a good closing pitcher in on another team, and they're going to be like, man, we got to score before we get to the 9th inning. We can't let this game, drag on and try to be miracle comeback kids in the 9th inning, because we're facing a very, very tough pitcher. And you put that fear in teams, they're going to try harder, make mistakes earlier, and give you open opportunities. That's what good closers, warming up in the pen, getting ready will put that fear into the other team. So, I've seen it playing baseball myself. So these are, like Martin says, these are games that we deserve to win. Trotter here says, I'm the biggest Rendon hater, but he's been stepping up and earning a little respect. Agreed. Now, I don't like his off days and crap, but the fact that he's coming out here, Trotter here, yeah, he made an error tonight, but that was more of like a bad hop off his hip or whatever, or inner thigh. But for the most part, he's been he made a great play yesterday at third to throw somebody out. He made another good play today. He's up there patient, not looking to kill the ball. Although he hit a home run yesterday, I think he just turned on that one. But he's getting solid RBIs. He's getting sacrifices. If this is the Rendon we're going to get the rest of the season, then fine. Screw it. We don't need a guy who's going to hit 25 home runs. If you're going to hit only 10 home runs for us, 12 home runs, but you're going to drive in like 60 or 70 and walk a bunch of times more than you strike out, then hell yeah. Anything more with walks. And then Tony Two Bags was trying to steal tonight too. That's great. How much have we been saying? Let's take advantage of the stolen base rule. Let's take advantage of the pitch clock and all that other stuff and put guys in motion. Well, tonight, after a series of doing dog shit on the bases, these guys were running. And it was nice to see. It was, to me, this was a fun game. From start to finish, I wasn't thinking like I was in past series, like, crap, we're going to blow us at the end. We're going to blow us at the end. We're going to blow us at the end. We're going to make a mistake. It was like, I think we can get their lead right here. I think we can hold them down right here. And that was nice to see. Although early in the game, when you got those couple runs and then you give them right back to Houston, or you had a 1-0 lead and you give 3 right back, but then they tie it and stuff like that. Again, shutdown innings are hard for this team for whatever reason. If we can control that as well, that'd be great. But the fact they're doing a little bit better here and there, and then I love the video of Benji Gill getting out there and working with the defense and saying this defense is unacceptable. We've got to tighten things up and play better. And he had them all out there, all the stars playing real early today. Dude, where was this with Madden? You never saw any kind of early team meetings. You never saw a coach actually individually get with these players and teach them new things or go back to the basics or run drills and fundamentals that are going to strengthen the team. None of that ever happened under Madden's watch that I'm aware of or that they ever showed. But, right here with Nevin, at least, Nevin's got his boy working with the infield and with the outfield. And it didn't work really good with Renfroe tonight. He booted a couple balls, but he did get an assist, so I'll give him credit there. But he had trouble with that ball that caromed around the right field wall there early in the game. So, you won't be perfect, but you had some, you played a little bit better. And the message was sent, and they're having BP, so I'm probably sure that's helping as well. Jim said, holy cow, Hammer and his little league team was here tonight in the 201, Mountain Dew, and his cowbells all night. Yeah, Jim messaged me and was like, I'm in for it tonight. He had to deal with all them little leaguers just to the right of his seats over there in 260. Grillmaster says the win's a win. The one time we want to root for Leaf and the Mariners and they lose, exactly. Our boy right here, James, producer to the star, says just win, baby. Sean says clutch hit by Drury. Trout should take some notes. Look, I just want Trout to lay off the high heat, man. Just wait for those pitches to come down a little bit, man. It's like it must look like a beach ball to you, bro, but lay off it a little bit. Or maybe you should share a little bit off the bong from Theis, because Theis, if you notice his swings, they're nice and straight. And they're right. The barrel of the bat is right on the ball. He's making excellent contact, even on line drive outs to center field. I'm liking his approach. He's got one area in that box that he'll swing at, and the rest of it he's not swinging wild like Ohtani and Trout. He's kind of just patient, waiting for his pitch. And if it's not there, take a walk. And if the umpire were to call you out, hey man, you worked the count. That's what I like to see, and I think we're starting to see that from some of these guys like Drury's having longer at-bats. Rendon's having really good at-bats. I never thought I'd say that. He's having really good at-bats up there. So, yeah, I'm with Trout here right now. He's starting to turn that pendulum a little bit towards likable for me. It was a hateable thing for Rendon for so long. He's starting to move the needle back a little bit, and I'm happy to see that because I really want him to get going. Justin Option says, Ohtani had a bad game. Trout had a good game. Ooh, I think that's reversed. Ohtani got the 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Trout had a bad game. He went 0 for 4 tonight. The chair says Lakers won tonight. Warriors on the ropes headed back to San Francisco. Don't never count them out. Little Wayne says people who predicted Drury was Zach Cozart reincarnated. Take your L. Yeah, I mean, look, I was willing to give the dude a chance. I didn't give him the Zach Cozart treatment, but I was eyebrow raising a little bit because I wasn't used to the guy. I didn't know the guy coming from the National League, 28 home runs, 97 RBIs in a freaking contract year. So again, I was getting worried. I wasn't calling him anything, but I was like, and then when he started turning around, yeah, he looks much better. He looks like he's on pace for what he's doing last year. So good call right there, Little Wayne. Jim Hoyt says new baseball rules, no shift, pitch clock, bigger bases. Wish they would enforce the little leaguers in the 500 sections. Yeah, kick them to the top. Kick them to my spot in the 800s with the Roger Lodge blind date section for the little kids. Grimmaster says no call from me. Voice is still kind of out. I'll probably call in Wednesday. I'm sure everyone's crying. Jason says the early practice that Nevin did and Benji Gill talked to the infielders about winning must have really helped. Yeah, he talked about
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
Exactly. Hits, and clutch wins. James Gonzalez says Neto's smooth as hell at shortstop. He sure is. I think Sterling's giving gold coins, Ebola chicken, and COVID greens. Dude, I don't know why I went with Ebola. It's like, am I trying to just kill everybody? Let's see. I'm so wasted, Hammer says right there. I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. It's this one.
I'm so wasted.
And then let's see. Rally Chris says great win. Great night. Angels beat the Astros. Lakers beat the Warriors. Oh God. Here comes the Lakers stuff. Let's see. Wouldn't a light bulb be considered hardware? Oh jeez. Also, Todd thinks Theis is a better hitter than Trout. Confirmed. No, not even, bro. You're smoking that good if that's the case, because I just think he's having really, really good smart at bats with, guys on or whatever, like, and also with just in general, man. He's taking walks and everything like that. Trout, I'm telling you, if he would lay off the high heat right now and make these pitchers pitch down low, I'm telling you, they would seriously be in trouble. Let's see. I missed a couple right here. Shoot, I missed a few right here. Actually, went down. Dominic says, "Sup, Todd? Great win. Glad the Halo honk clown was a fan favorite over the weekend. Let's go." Yeah, unfortunately, man, I'm telling you, I wish I could have got him some runs. Javier says, "Benji doing good coaching. Talk to them and let them know what they need to fix their shit." Exactly. And you know what? Benji's the kind of guy, just like hearing him, he's a no-nonsense dude. He's a really no-nonsense dude. Mateo says, Rally-thon coming soon. We need like 9 more. Anna says, what a difference on the offense this year. No Sereno in the dugout or Reed at all. Pretty crazy, isn't it? Boy, I mean, as soon as they left, and Marcus Thames, say what you want about him. Say, hey, he's not that good, or you don't have faith in him yet. You have to see more. And those are all fair comments. But whatever it is, whether it's just a Sereno factor of him not eating nachos and sitting on everyone's devices so that they can't check out what's actually going on with their swings, and Reed looking for Pokemons, distracting all the players in the dugout, it's like with those 2 idiots gone, whoever Thames is brought in to help assist with the Angels hitting and whatever regimen he's doing, it's got to be working along with the non-Sereno and non-Reed being in the dugout factor as well. It's got to be working because it's not a coincidence that all of a sudden the Angels are much better. It's not only just the personnel, but it's their approach to the lineup, and it's working really good. Justin Option says Trout and the high heat is not good. Not right now. Not right now. He's really got to find that his stroke right now. It's too high right now. If he waits for that stuff down low, I'm telling you, the balls are going to be flying out of the stadium. It's just going to be balls, and John Stamos.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
Rice says Astros have key players in the IL, but hopefully we can take advantage of it. Absolutely. That's the whole point. You got to beat teams while they're sucking right now. Also, Matty Matt says, I love Rendon. I love the Rendon love. Don't be so disrespectful with Rendon. I'm trying not to be, but man. Let's see. I didn't get paid today. Wonder if T.O. Tony will loan me a few bucks. There she goes. I'm going to get to you. Let's see. Can you say Rendon is your third baseman? No, not yet. Not yet at all. He's turning the pendulum. I didn't say he won me over. In the trade deadline was tomorrow. If the trade deadline was tomorrow, what would you do with Ohtani? Look, it all depends on where this team's at, and that's got to be one of the hardest decisions to make. And right now, you obviously know you can't get the return that you were going to get last year. I mean, teams were willing to bend over backwards and then some to give you a ton for Ohtani, but you weren't going to do it last year. This year, think about it. If a contender really wants Ohtani that bad, they can't give up a lot to get him unless they know they're still stacked in the minors because they're going to have to give up a bunch of prospects, or they're going to have to give up a bunch of major league ready guys now and know that they're going to restock in free agency. But that's going to put Ohtani in the same kind of situation. You're going to cheapen the team that gets him. So the only way I could see that it happening is if they blow the Angels away with a third team involved. And so we've seen it before. The Pirates have helped out super trades before. The Reds have. If it's something like that to where the team that's going to get Ohtani, let's just say the Yankees were, and the Yankees have two prospects that the Angels really like, but they're like, that's not enough. And then the Yankees are like, we can't afford to get rid of anybody on the major league roster. So the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to offer you two other guys, and we'll ship someone that they want over to them or something like that, and then you give them someone as well. And then they could be satisfied on their end, and then everybody gets what they want. The Angels get the big haul back, and then the Yankees would, or whoever's is going to get Ohtani for that playoff run and not be too damaged on the major league level. That's what I think it's going to take for it to happen this year. I don't think in any scenario, even if the Angels are about 10 games out, that they would trade him. They would obviously listen to offers, but it would have to be an offer to blow them away. It would have to be an offer with a third team involved to get them the most back. They'd have to get the most players back. So you're talking at least 3 major league ready prospects now, and probably one like diamond in the rough. The organization is hot. Like the Angels organization looks at that player and says, that dude fits our mold. He may be in AA or single A now, but I want him. And I know he's one of your good products, or he's one of your good players from the Dominican or international player, but we want him. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those type dudes, under the radar kind of guy that Perry's going to be like, okay, I could really make up for this later if all 4 of these guys come through. So Perry's got to believe in his magic. That's the only way it'll work, in my opinion. I may be wrong, but in my opinion, that's what it would take. And just be prepared that if that were to happen, that scenario, the backlash, number 1, and number 2, those players are going to have to play under extreme pressure because they're always going to be known as what the Angels got back for Ohtani. So if there is a trade for Ohtani, let's just say he does, we don't want to let him leave, but we do trade him. That would be, a tremendous amount of pressure on those young kids too, or whoever we get back, because they're the guys that we traded Ohtani for, and that would kill this fan base. I mean, utterly kill this fan base. But thankfully, we're not talking about that, and hopefully we don't have to talk about that, because this team will be in contention and this team will be making a playoff push, and then we'll figure out the mess with Ohtani at the end of the year. I bet he wouldn't say that to Rob's face. Rob already ate his crow on Drury. Why are we still bringing that up? Yeah, Drury's coming. I mean, look, once things are said on the internet, they're just said. I'm reminded of Suarez all the time, believe me. But I get it. Robert did eat his crow on the show, that's for sure. Even Josh Hamilton came through from time to time. We need to see more from a sub 240 hitter. I will gladly eat crow if he shows up. There you go. Now I'm the same way, man. I'm the same way. So respect to right there, Robert and Randy, because, I mean, again, we all make our takes on this network. It's cool to be called out because that means you're listening. That's cool. And Little Wayne's takes are cool too. So we've had our we've had our predictions on certain players. Sometimes they're absolutely dead on, and we're able to say, see, I told you so. And then other times we're like, oh, well, it is what it is, man. It messed up. Like, I really thought Suarez was going to be kick-ass, and he wasn't. But, Drury, like Rob said, he's still under 240. He's still got to get that average up. Yes, he's improving. He's not Zach Cozart. But, hey, man, like I said, too, I would love to eat crow on some of my takes, too, because, again, if I'm eating crow on Trout and Trout's hitting all them home runs and he's able to hit that high fastball, that means we're winning. And by us winning, that's all I care about, dude. Like, I really all I can do is give takes on what's current situation. So if the Angels do get better and these players keep improving, absolutely, it's going to be a fun year. And absolutely, I'll eat crow and I'll point it out even when you guys don't bring it up. I remember when I was so wrong on Trout. Remember when he couldn't get a clutch hit and this and that, and I labeled him as non-clutch. Now look at him. He's tearing it up. Now I'm eating ass on my takes. Okay, that's good because I can go to games and watch him win. I mean, hopefully, maybe all the bashing on Theis, and maybe he's like, dude, I don't like that ToddFox. Fuck that guy. I'm going to get a hit. You know what? I'm going to actually I'm going to lay off weed, and I can't lay off weed. But the weed will help me get a hit if I just up the dosage. And that's what probably happened. He heard what was all the trash talk, and Theis started coming through. Swilly says, I'm undefeated at games. I keep score at the score tonight, so you're welcome. Also, that's what it was. It was a scorecard thing. That's so cool because that's old school. I love the old school scorecards when anyone busts them out. I love that. Renault is hitting much more this year, obviously, Grillmaster. I always smoke that good. Don't get it twisted, Randy says. Oh, I know. Grillmaster has done some emotional damage. Actually, I should just play the thing because that sounds way better. If I could find it. See, again, every time I add stuff to this thing, I have to rearrange it again to the way I had it because then I lose where the hell these are. Because right now, I'm looking for it, and there it is, right on the wrong side.
Emotional damage.
If Nevin ever gets fired, Benji Gill for manager, Dominique says, I would second that. Trotter here says, I think their teams have figured out how to pitch to Trout, high heat, lay off the high ones. Exactly. If he could just wait for the pitch to come down a little bit, I think he can crush him. I really do. He's a little late on those fastballs, or a little early too. Let's see. At Randy, what happened to the Astros sweeping us right there? One of the assistant hitting coaches to Thames is Phil Plantier. Let's see. Hey, kid, lay off them high fastballs. There you go again. That's the one that keeps getting pulled up.
Hey, kid! Lay off of those high ones.
I like the high one.
Mule!
Nag. Oh, no, I was wrong. Whatever I will do. See, there you go, Randy. Justin Option says, I do love John Stamos. John Stamos is one heck of a guy. Grillmaster says, I think I heard Brantley was coming back tomorrow. Well, it's either tomorrow or he might miss the series. But Brantley and obviously our boy, everyone's favorite big guy out there, Altuve, with both those guys gone, then there you go. Last year, we would have lost this game by 90 runs, exactly. Also exaggerated but true. Justin Option says, by the way, Ohtani is going to get traded by the trade deadline. Book it. All right, well, let's see who's right because I think you and Randy are on opposite on that one, Justin. He's going for they're going to keep him, which I would love for that to happen. Swilly to our official scorer for future home games. I agree with that. I'll double down on that. The Angels' grandma says, when Ohtani was on third base with only one out and did not score, it was very disappointing. But I'm so happy that that run not scoring didn't cost us in this game. Yeah, Angels' grandma, you can look at those games this year at least, and there's been quite a few guys left at third base. But last year where those would have killed us, and we'd be able to point to specific innings and say, okay, the fourth inning is when we had the chance to break it open, take the lead, hold the lead, add on, and we didn't do it, and that came back to beat us. This year, not so much, but we are scoring more runs than we did, and we don't have to point back to him being at third. So, yes, I agree with the Angels, Grandma. Seriously, our entire staff didn't get paid today. You should have seen the drama in the office this morning. Our old dude was escorted off site by the cops. We'll see. Yeah, I'm with you right there. I haven't been paid myself, so and I've been through about a year and a half of that BS at my other company. So the one that I'm suing currently. Is Rendon starting to prove us wrong? Not yet. He's still got a ways to go, but like I said earlier, he's starting to move the needle. Here's the picture. I'm just going to say Valdez, as he's trying to show me, has 2.5 ERA. Swilly says, deal. Call the cop right there, Mateo says. And I wouldn't mind seeing this fan base fall apart. It would really actually make me smile, Randy says. Well, the fan base is all over the place. Justin Option says, I was at the game on last Friday. The fan base would hurt Ohtani the most with the loudest cheers, as far as like he gets the most cheers. Yeah, he does. He gets the international cheering, obviously from Japan and that region over there. I mean, I'm telling you, they love Ohtani. Ohtani's one hell of a superstar. And the way he's larger than life, he's a celebrity and a sports star at the same time. Again, whoever gets him, or if the Angels retain him, it's just a huge bonus for a long time. I mean, the $500 million that he would command, you have to look at it as an investment. He's going to help your team win for years to come, and he's also going to be just a guy to get your team always on big games, which is always like on the TBS, MLB Network, Apple TV Game of the Week, ESPN. Especially if the Angels are winning. I mean, who would not want to? I mean, maybe if the Angels start to win with Ohtani and Trout, maybe we won't see so many Boston, New York on ESPN, which is god awful. And we see every time they face each other, it's Boston, New York, Boston, New York. If they put Angels versus Astros and try to make that a thing, if the MLB would push that, if ESPN would stop being homers and push stuff outside of their region, it would be nice. Hayes says Shohei Ohtani doesn't want to leave the Angels. Bro just wants to win. Well, I'm hoping that's it. Tell his agent that, because his agent wants the money. He's like, show me the money. See, you don't call cops over payroll, Mateo. I'm sure they will get paid soon. Mateo says, can someone help me get my mind off of the basketball game? We'll stop watching basketball. That's a good way. That's the way I do it. I don't watch basketball. I don't care anymore. They push me away, by the way. I'm undefeated when I have gone to our stadium to watch the Titans play 2-0. You got to come watch the Angels play, my man. Everyone like the damn video. Thank you so much, Hayes. Also, I make that bet, Justin. So Randy's taking you on right there. Please give a 5-star review. Thank you so much. Also, question of the day earlier was fire. It was very good. Shout out right there to our boy Fernando. Also, Kiwi toast? Is that Kiwi? I hope it's Kiwi. What about the half inning where the announcers focused on a couple eating cotton candy? See, okay, that's the thing. Fernando wanted me to put that up as the nachos for that couple with the Kiwis. Sometimes, and if you ever watch old Dodger games, which unfortunately I used to watch them when the Angels weren't playing, just to freaking hopeful that the other team that was playing them at the time would beat them. But Vin Scully was really good at that, although he loved grandkids and children. So, like, he would always have the cameraman focus on a kid being cute, or he'd tell a story about his kids or some kids that he met before and then focus the camera on some family or a guy that would make a nice catch or someone wearing something odd or very, very patriotic. You know what I mean? Like he was always doing that kind of stuff. That's an old school trick when a game is either not that not that exciting, or just there's some time to put some filler in there. And I guess there was some time to put some filler in there, and it got Gooby and our boy Wayne Randazzo some extra cotton candy in between games, and then it got those guys blown up on that husband and wife blown up on social media for the Angels. So it is what it is, but sometimes they try to find interesting fans, and then play that out through the game. So, but hey, it was they got their 15 minutes of fame or 5 minutes of fame, whatever you want to call it. The Angels are a few steps away from getting on fire, Manuel says. Oh, I hope so. I really hope so. Matt says that's what she said, which is somewhere around here. Again, I have to really fix these.
That's what she said.
Let's go Aggies, UC Davis bound. Todd, add the money sound effect like the cha-ching. Here comes the money. Yeah, or show me the money thing there. That's for sure. I'll get that one. Vetter says YouTube didn't send a notification. I thought there was no show again. No, I mean, like, look, the notifications are whack. I don't know what it was. Seemed that a lot of people got it this morning when I did a morning show, just because I missed yesterday's. And then this one right here, it's like it was on 6 or 7 people for like the first 10 minutes. And then I guess people started to get a hold of it. And now you got all you guys and gals on, which is very nice. So I appreciate that. But, yeah, let's see. R.I.P. Vin, you will be missed dearly. He's already been missed. That's the only time I would, and I wish back in the day, I mean, he used to do NFL games before my time. But if you had if you listen to any of his old stuff on YouTube, the guy's amazing. Let's see. Adrian says, "Hey man, been an Angels fan since I was a teenager. Now I'm in my late 30s. Hope this is our year. God bless." Well, God bless you too, my man, Adrian, and I'm hoping too. I mean, like, again, if you're in your early 30s, and I guess since you were a teenager, probably, it's been about 8 years. So you kind of, you didn't get in there for the whole, you might have missed it or have vague memories about the World Series. Or no, if you're in your 30s, you should have some memories about the Angels winning the 0-2 World Series. You're a little bit young and you want them to get back to glory days. It's going to take time to do that, but a lot's going to depend on if they can put this and keep this team together and move forward and keep Ohtani, and Trout can stay in form, because I think he's got another 4 years left of some epic play, dude. And you never know. You've seen players like Tony Gwynn play into their 40s or late 30s into their early 40s. So there's an opportunity for him to actually play out his entire contract and be close to, like, very, very, very good, not quite elite. You never know. I mean, players with all those workout regimens, all the vitamins that you can take that are legal, can prolong careers. So we'll see what happens with Trout moving forward. I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. I just really, because his bat speed can be there. It's there. It's just right now the fastball, for whatever reason, he's coming up short. But they're going to need him. They're going to need freaking Ohtani. They're going to need a pitching staff to keep them going for sure moving forward. Also, Little Wayne says the Nationals will tell you Rendon was just as valuable as Juan Soto on those Nationals teams. If we get 70% of that Rendon, it's a win. Exactly, Little Wayne. But I think when we looked up his stats on one of our podcasts, he's hit, like, I think in one of his best years, he hit something like 31 homers or 27 homers or something like that. Maybe that was 2019. He hadn't hit 24 home runs for the Angels in his entire time here. So, we're not looking for that. Again, we were hoping that we would have 4 or 5 guys in this lineup that will hit you, or 5 or 6, that'll hit you 20 to 25 home runs, because it's definitely doable. If you look at it, Ward can get you at least 20. You can get, 40 to 50, maybe more from Trout. Ohtani's going to get hot. He's going to hit you 40 to 50. So that's 3 guys right there. And then you look at Renfroe. Renfroe's definitely going to do what he did last year. He's already on pace for that and much more. He's already got 9. So he's going to hit you way over 20. And then if Walsh ever gets back, Walsh can at least get you to 20, even though he's missed about a month or 2 of the season, which is going to happening. But then, so that's 5 right there. And then, you might have had Ohapi. Ohapi was probably on pace to do the same thing, hit you 20-some-odd home runs. But with Ohapi gone, if you can get a mixture of 20 between Theis and Wallach, which is doable, they hit 10 each, you can count that as a player right there. You're obviously, I don't think, unless Rendon gets super hot hitting the ball, I don't think he's going to hit you too many home runs this year. He might only hit you about 12 to 13 home runs. But again, that's fine. Like Little Wayne says, if he's Tony Two Bags, if he's singling up the middle, if he's singling through the gaps, if he's walking, dude, I'll take that all day. Give me that 280 average. I will take that every day. And, maybe I don't like his spot in the lineup. If Walsh gets hot too, maybe you move him back a little bit and you push Walsh up. That's if he gets back into form. So there's a lot of ifs right there. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, we got a lot of baseball to play and we got a lot of things to look at before. Robert says too much dead money in the end, and God forbid he would. I think that's with the trade we were talking about. Let's see, need Tommy John. It's all dead. That's what he's talking about with Ohtani. Every time I'm out, this team pulls me back. Rye says that's true. That's true. You want to quit the team at times because they piss you off, but then, damn. For a hot second when you said Cotton, no, don't even go there, Grill. Let's see. I got into UC Davis right there. That's up north. Folks, turn on your notifications for this channel. Go to the channel you're subscribed on and put on Heedy and click the notification bell. Thank you for that, Grillmaster. Camfrey15 says, glad we got the win tonight. Got to win tomorrow to clinch the series, and the infield defense looked slightly better, but Rendon still committed errors. He almost threw the ball away in the eighth inning. Or in the ninth inning. Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, Urshela made that nice play, came off the bag, and was able to make the tag on Tucker, so that was good. But that looked like an easy throw, and it was not so easy after all. Take it from a guy who has his own channel, so I appreciated that again. What is Roger Lodge saying right now? Well, Roger Lodge is going to be talking Lakers basketball because Queen LeBron is over there flopping away to and taking the credit for Mr. Anthony Davis and whatever he does and the supporting cast, because none of that counts. We have to look at LeBum, who always opens a book and has never read one from cover to cover, and rather talk about Jerry Jones than the basketball game. Just much like I would like to talk to James about playing the replay of UCLA basketball in last year's tournament and not being able to win it this year, but we're going to put all our stock in UCLA to return to the Final Four. We're not going to talk any Angels baseball, and we're not going to take any of your phone calls, because your phone calls usually result in me getting mad.
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call.
That is Roger. That is me being mad. Also, Ohtani Day tomorrow. Boy, oh boy, and this would be great if Ohtani can come off the schneid and pitch really good tomorrow and give us a good 7 innings again, and maybe we can go back to the Moore Estevez in the 8th and 9th and work it again. And maybe you try to take your chances with a bullpen game or at least a different closer, because God forbid we push Estevez 3 nights in a row. But maybe we can take these 2 games, win the series like he said, and, be in a good spot. Maybe Seattle can actually come up and man up against Texas and get that win, and then give us we're only 1 game out of first place, and that's not bad. I would take that in a freaking heartbeat. Let's see. How many innings does Ohtani go tomorrow? I'm picking 7, and I give Grillmaster props on that 7 as well. I'm expecting a nice game when I go on Wednesday, Vetter says. I might be there on Wednesday. It depends on work schedule. Roger Lodge is going to be talking women's boobs. No, he's going to be talking what car his wife drives. Roger's trying to set up a 3-point shootout. That'll never happen, that's for sure. That's the Roger Lodge effect right there. Vetter says we are getting back to a sweep, and that's my Lodge's lock. Uh-oh. He's like, we're going to sweep, and we're going to win, and I'm going to wear that red thong. Marty says, I'm calling a Trout and Ward home run tomorrow. There you go. I would love to see that. If you guys want to call in, 714-598-3221. It's that time of the show where we take some phone calls and we see who has the best phone call and who doesn't get killed in the comments. Because there's a lot of people that get killed in the comments sometimes. And we need Leaf to return.
How dare you?
No, I think we should, because I think a lot of the fans caused him
Emotional damage.
And he left last year, or at least late last year. It's the Halo Hawk line.
Hey, Todd. What's
I know
up,
that, dude.
bro? I was watching the game tonight, and I saw Drury hit the bomb almost.
Yeah, he almost hit a 2-run blast, but it was as good as one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so close.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good game to watch from start to finish, that's for sure.
Yeah, and guess what?
What's
2 weeks until my birthday. Oh, yeah.
Do you have like a clock counting down the days, the minutes, and the hours?
Yep, I'm counting down the weeks and how many days until I go to the river. Oh, yeah.
And what are you gonna do at the river?
These nuts.
I'm gonna party with some girls and
Got
I'm
it.
gonna get super lit.
Got it.
Oh, okay. All right. You gonna ride some jet skis?
Yeah, and some road bikes, and I'm gonna do it all, and I'm gonna play some music. Oh yeah.
Are you gonna get any girls?
Yep, I'm gonna get tons of girls that weekend.
All right. That's not bad. Not bad. So.
Yeah.
So everyone's talking about the little hammer. Are you okay right there?
Yeah, I'm fine, but I'm gonna be a big hammer that weekend and be a big hammer that weekend.
All right, that's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
what you gotta get some girls, man. You got the big hammer winning.
Yeah,
Wow, winning.
I will. I'll be hammering girls all that weekend. Oh yeah, in a tent or something.
Oh God. All right, that'll work, man. That'll
I'll
work.
be like, oh god, I'm shaking the tent. Woo! Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
Yeah.
you sound happy. You got the win tonight. Your birthday's right around the corner.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, it will be super late at night, so it will be really cool.
All right, sounds good.
But my life
Oh
is
yeah.
good.
Alright, well, I'll call in tomorrow and go Angels, and hopefully we can sweep the cheaters. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Big Hammer.
I'm so
Bye.
wasted.
Later. All right, that's Big Hammer right there. It made me feel like Hammer was gonna tell me.
But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and make some soup. It's the best. I love it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
That's what I was thinking, but he was much more positive than that. Let's see. Is Roger Lodge married? Yes, he is. Surprisingly, I thought he had a picture of John. Well, he probably has a picture of John Stamos above the bed, though. Let's see. Reddy says, no, we don't. Fuck that guy, because he was talking about Big Hammer. It says, welcome back to Hammer's lectures about. Here we go. Let's see. Wow, you guys are really tough on the Hammer. There's no. God. I'm sorry, Hammer. These guys are killing you. Hammer don't wake up till at 5 a.m. He's still awake. Or wait, Hammer don't wake up at 5 a.m. He's still awake at 5 a.m. Probably. Who knows, man? Hammer likes to party. That guy, I've never heard him say he wasn't partying, except that one time when he was sick, and then he was just like, I don't feel good at all. Like he didn't even sound like he was alive, bro. I thought he was more like. But nah, he likes to party, man. There's no getting around that. Definitely, he's feeling much better than he was earlier, because when he was sick, he was just all about the. But yeah, Big Hammer's loving the. Oh man, let's see. He's still partying when he's sick. He sure does, dude. Just turned into a lot of. Oh man. Okay, so getting back to it, because Hammer took us way off subject. If anyone wants to call in with an actual baseball call, it is 714-598-3221. If not, we'll call it a night, and we'll talk about the Angels baseball coming up here tomorrow, because we should have some more news coming up, probably with some more depth moves. I gotta think, because I know they did pick up that dude. Carlos, whatever, we posted on the page. I gotta look up his name, but it's not a guy that I would have been like, oh yeah, we brought him up. But he's got like a 7 ERA too. Let's see, what's his name here? It's somewhere. Oh, there it is. Cesar Valdez has been added to the roster. Obviously, with Suarez going down, Silseth moves to the rotation. In 26 innings pitched, this dude's got a 7.27 ERA. In 7 games, he's got at least 25 strikeouts in 26 innings. So as long as it's like strikeouts per inning, that's not, it's Willie's saying low key he's ass. Well, yeah, I mean, he better not be one of these guys they force into a pressure situation, because then all we know is he's gonna turn out to be Exactly. And we need him to be much stronger than a because that's the problem we're having right now. Let's see. James, can you play the highlights of the game? Again, I'm not James. Just play the clips. And again, I saw a tribute video to James the other day. It's years old because he's been gone for a while. But yeah, it's kind of sad. But we're not making fun of him. We're just making fun of how stupid Roger is. One of these days, I'm going to have a conversation with him. One of these days, we're going to have a Halos in the Infield AM 830 reunion where we'll have a conversation, a crossover. Hot takes, because we've already had Trent Rush on the show. I would love to get Roger. That is the coup de grace. Some people were like, man, I would love to interview this celebrity or that celebrity. No. Me, it's Roger Lodge, because the way he talks, I've heard him on another podcast. If you look up the Rex Chapman podcast, he talks about John Stamos like through half of it. And he credits any kind of success he's had with women, the sports world, and also his little brief B-list, C-list acting gigs that he's gotten, all to him. It's hilarious if you look up the Rex Chapman show and Roger Lodge, but he'll talk over you. And Rex Chapman has a voice that can go on or he'll talk over most everybody, but not when it came to Roger. Roger was like, no, I've got another story to tell you, Rex. This story is about me living in Lakewood, and the two cutest guys on the block were me and John Stamos. I grew up with John Stamos, and then I wound up roommating with him for 6 years while he was in L.A. doing his production for Full House. I was working gigs with him. It's like blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, shut up, Artie. Talk about UCLA basketball or something. Let's see. Vetter also says getting Roger would be insane. That would be hilarious. Trivia is coming in late May. It's coming a little later because of the stuff I'm waiting to come in. Once that comes in, we'll start everything out. But don't worry about it. We will have plenty of merchandise to give away that you could win and you could buy. Because we're going to have some games to give away or games to play. And then we're going to have things to give away and then, things to sell on the side. So there you go. Right. Jeez. So with that being said, let's see. It's true. Valdez is 0-9 or wait, has an 0.9 WAR, 6.11 ERA in 69 games. Nice. Oh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that dude. I am not looking forward to that dude. I heard he's bounced around a little bit too, so, I think hitters are going to be more like
You serious?
See, we're going to get that reaction from them, and then we're just going to be like, after he gives up a couple home runs.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Yep, that's what's going to happen. So, and we still don't have some of these guys that are going to, from our minor league club. They're not off to great starts like they were last year in Salt Lake and also in Alabama. We're not having those huge those really productive pitching outings down there right now. So I'm hoping things turn around. I'm hoping these guys, because we need some of these young kids to start coming up this year and fast, those pitchers to help out, especially with all the relief problems and possibly starters. So we have to see. Ben Joyce is getting better. I will say that. His last 4 or 5 outings have been pretty solid, and he's placing his fastball much better. But again, you need to see more, you need to see more of that. Also, Vetter says, see you after the Angels win tomorrow. There you go. I like the positivity. Right, I like the positivity. The pitcher you were talking about was Cesar Valdez. Yeah, only one pitch, the changeup. Call him Dr. Changeup. I would hate to have us call up more AA guys, though. I don't know. It's true, Swilly. I mean, at one point you want them to get their feet wet, but then you can't be in a pennant race. You can't be in playoff contention if you're relying on young kids because, yeah, they might show flashes in the beginning, but they have to adjust to the hitters. The hitters will adjust to them much faster, and it's more of a learning curve for them. So that's where you want the vets. That's where you want the trades. That's where you want the free agency to help out. They're throwing with a new ball, though, right? I guess. And so can we get a team sucks soundbite? Yeah, I might as well play this, but they didn't suck. I mean, this if you want to, if you wanted this to mean last night, with the Angels, the way they played, then yeah. But this soundbite, if I can find it again, I have my whole soundboard turned upside down, so like I have to find everything, and I have them labeled, but they're and some of them I have to color code again because I can't find that one, dude. It's the Homer Simpson one, because that one actually just it sums up how we played the last 2 nights prior to getting the W tonight, because I swear to God, we were terrible last night. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Yeah, when you're committing that many errors, when you're giving up that many hits, and you're leaving that many guys on base, that's what they looked like the previous 2 nights. But tonight we had the last laugh on Houston. Yes, I'll play that again. We played really good against them, and 6-4, getting a victory right there. We got Framilia, whatever you say his name. You got him tomorrow night. So, yeah, Ohtani's got to pitch for pitch because he's got a low ERA. He's an all-star. He's really been playing much better the last 3 seasons for the Astros. Turned into one of their aces. And he's been an Angel killer, so the Angels got to turn around on him tomorrow. Swilly says, no, really, they're throwing with a new ball in the minors. It's supposed to give the ball better grip and something, but a lot of pitchers are struggling with it. Why do they always do that, Swilly? Why do they always mess with something? I mean, it's always the minor leagues that get, the robotic umpires to get the, if something succeeds down there, it makes it to the majors. If it doesn't, it dies down there, but the minor leaguers have to endure it. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't like when they try to ask Manfred. He's Manfred. He's a terrible commissioner. I think the only one that's worse is probably Gary Bettman in hockey. Gary Bettman's terrible. He's overlooked a lot because hockey's not as big as it once was. It's getting back, but I mean, people hate any NFL commissioner. Really, they boo everybody. But and he's a terrible commissioner too. But I think Manfred takes the cake, and Bettman's 2, and Goodell's 3. But then again, you got that pencil neck geek in the NBA. He's ruined basketball. I mean, he's ruined the NBA. I mean, that guy took what Stern built and just trashed it and made it some woke-ass crap with no defense and a bunch of off dates and load management. It's terrible basketball. I watching the NBA in the 90s and early 2000s, I think just past Iverson and Kobe, it's like, dude, it's not the same. Oh God, NBA is just it's terrible. I refuse to watch it until it tries to resemble what it used to. Because right now, I mean, you could just YouTube what former NBA players say about today's basketball, and that should tell you right there. They made like a 10-minute video. All these former NBA players talking trash about the new NBA. Man, trust me, Mateo's what do you call it? His people back in the day watching, or what his generation now watches, compared to what we watched as kids or watched as young adults, it's no comparison whatsoever. DFA Manfred right there, exactly. Pencil neck geek. Randy says, I like Manfred. He's growing the game. That might be sarcastic. I know. Look, I will give him. He's made some good moves. But for the most part, he has messed up a lot. And he still has done nothing to grow the game as far as, look, the commercials from the dude from Breaking Bad that always show up on MLB Network, or they show up on the Game of the Week on Peacock that James showed me. Those commercials are great. Those commercials are promoting the young ball players and trying to get you to see the excitement, more scoring and stuff like that. But those aren't played on normal Bally's networks. Those aren't played on Fox networks and stuff like that where people actually watch. And so that misses, you're always going to get your core fan bases on those other channels. But if they were to promote Acuna and all these other players from around the league instead of focusing on the Yankees in Boston like ESPN does, and that's why no one watches their shit anymore. But that's the whole problem with the MLB is they do not market the young, good talent that's all over this league. And the beauty part about that is you can pick and choose different regions to celebrate these set players because they do come from different countries. It's not just, all of America. You could take players from Japan and be like, look at these players right here. They're the best of your nation. Look at these players right here in Dominican, in Puerto Rico, in Panama, in Venezuela, and so on and so on. Australia even, and market these players. Great Britain, and market these players, and pump them up because the NFL does that. They've done that for years. They found even fringe players, and just because they came from Britain, they pump them up and they become popular over there. That's what you got to do. Grow the game. Get more fans involved. Get the normies to take a look at it. But, let's not do that. The only thing that's helping right now is everyone's attention span's gone. So it's like 10-second Tom. If it's TikTok generation, they got to be into that. God forbid you make a video over a minute nowadays. But if you do, and you have attention span like you guys do and gals do, it'll pay off. But for the most part, quicker games. For the most part, the game wasn't bad. That's how baseball was. But you have to change, and it kind of sucks. We're on a pitch clock, this and that. Some people like it, some people hate it. But the thing is, the ratings are up, so and they're up big. So kudos for baseball for doing that. Although it costs you a lot of the old hats, the ones that love the traditional style of baseball, the ones that don't mind sitting in the stands for 3.5 hours or watching at home for 4 hours on an extra inning game or whatever. It's sort of a gray area where you're going to have your likes and dislikes, but then there's some egregious stuff that Manfred's done that's just killed the game or has hurt the game too. Batman should be DFA'd. Also, Justin Option says Showtime Lakers, baby. The Ducks had the best odds by almost 10% to get the number 1 pick, and dumbass Chicago gets it. Well, they did win some games at the end of the season like dummies. The Ducks did anyway. Phil Jackson said he doesn't watch basketball anymore. Exactly, Little Wayne. I mean, why? Why not? And there's I jumped on a friend's pod that does a basketball pod, and I got some haters, but I ripped the NBA, man. And I came up with a laundry list of reasons why I don't watch anymore. And there's probably everyone has that too. Hey Todd, don't you shit on my guy Adam Silver. Your guy, really? Adam Silver's terrible. He is terrible. That guy, he's the biggest pussy. I mean, excuse my language, but he bends over for China, and he bends over for the players. And that's what baseball is going to wind up doing too. Baseball is going to have to strike to get the control away from the players to bring down the contracts. The contracts are way too high, and that $500 million you watch, if it's with us or with somebody else, is going to break the league. Because half the owners are going to say, I'm not going to pay $300-400 million for a player. And that's going to kill the competition. And you got to do something about that. You got to come up with a cap. Will it ever happen? I don't know, but they got to do something. So I think that's going to invoke a strike. And then with the NBA, the strike is coming. A strike is coming because they got to fix the game. Too much load management. Players are too much in control. They're making super teams on their own. They're pushing the owners and the GMs around. They're getting guys fired. They have way too much say. They are workers. They're not owners. That's just how it is. That's what they signed up for. They are the athletes, not the owners. And it got to their head, and the NBA is totally upside down. So that league is paying way too much, and they're losing money. So they have to bring those contracts down. You watch and you mark my freaking words, the NBA will be on strike in less than 3 years. I guarantee you. And they'll probably lose an entire season because they will not iron that out right away. Just like baseball almost lost an entire season because of COVID, it'll probably be the same thing if baseball were to go through that. Non-COVID, it would just be they're too much. What is it called? The egos in all these sports are just way too much. Manfred and Goodell save Sports America. That's so sarcastic, but I love it. Wrong, Todd. The Ducks lost their last 13 games in a row. No, they won some games, bro. When they had like 48 points, I think they got up to 56 because they won some stupid games that made no sense winning. Hockey is boring. I'm not a hockey person. You have to go to a game, Mateo, and tell me that hockey's boring. Always go to a game first and then tell me if it's boring. Because I did that with soccer. I haven't gone yet, but I saw it on TV, and I was like, wow, World Cup's actually exciting. but I've been told, I got to go in person to really get the feel of it, and I'm going to do that. Let's see. Adam Silver should have won the gold medal for being terrible. Also, Adam Silver for president for us. Well, right now, I mean, he's more capable of being president than, well, I'm not even going to get into that. See, circus music for the last 2 days. Absolutely. Might as well. Yep. And then also, nice hat. Thanks, Yvette. And then, yeah, but they still lost 13 in a row. Still, you lost games that lost you that first pick. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your night. Went off the rails as it usually does. We usually always get into stuff after, but hopefully, like I said, this season continues and we can win games and have more nights like this. We could be talking playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Because, I mean, practice makes perfect when you're trying to win. And this team didn't know about practice the last few years being under Madden, but, you know, they got practice in. They started hitting the ball a little bit better, and then all of a sudden, you know, you see the results. And
we're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We're talking about practice, man.
Yeah, I know, Alan, but, I mean, when the team practices, they look much better.
Let's play hard. Let's play smart. Use your head.
That's that lump 3 feet above our ass, right, Jimmy?
Well, some more prominent than others there, Doris.
That was Nevin talking to Rendon, and then we're going to go on a big-ass streak. I could feel it.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
Yes! 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 Yes!
And then hopefully that's the end result right there. So, all right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow night, Angels and Astros. It will be Ohtani night at the Big A, so if you got tickets, if you're going to go down, get them while they're still available because they're going fast. Go Angels.